So in this video, we are going to learn how to get automatic WhatsApp reminders from Google Calendar. Now suppose guys you are using Google Calendar to manage all of your important events and meetings. And you want that every day in the morning, you want to get all the details of your today's event, that day's event as a WhatsApp message with all the event details from Google Calendar. So let me tell you, you can actually automate this process. So in this automation, every day you will get the details from your Google Calendar events from your Google Calendar account, and then automatically you will get a message on your WhatsApp number with each and every event details using Interact. So guys, how you can set up this automation between Google Calendar and Interact. So here Interact is an API service of WhatsApp which you can use actually to get or send events on your WhatsApp number. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Calendar to Interact. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. So the idea here is, first, we are going to make sure that this automation workflow should be executed every day. And after that, using this automation, first, we will get the details of all the events which we have on that particular day. Like for example, today is 27th of January and I have a couple of events in my Google Calendar on 27th of January. First one is Developers Conference and second one is Test Event. So in this automation, first we will get the details of all the event which we have on that particular day. And then after that, guys, what we are going to do, we are going to send all of these event details using Pabbly Connect to Interact so that from Interact, we can get a WhatsApp message on our number that we have an event today. Like for example, I schedule this automation workflow to be executed every day at 8 a.m. in the morning. So every day at 8 a.m. this automation workflow will run. It will get the details of all the events which I'm going to have today, like for the whole day. And then on my WhatsApp message, I will get the notification, the WhatsApp message for each and every event which I have on my Google Calendar marked for today. So let's see how you can do this. It is very simple. So as I told you, first we have to ensure this automation workflow should be executed every day. So for that, here in trigger window, we are going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called schedule. So select schedule over here. After selecting schedule by Pabbly, the next thing it asks us is how often you want to run your workflow. And in the drop down, you can see different options over here. So one option is every day because we want to execute this automation workflow every day. So just select it. And then it is asking us for the time, that every day at what time you want to execute this workflow. Basically, you can select any time according to your requirement. So I'm just selecting the time as, for example, 8 a.m. as we discussed. 8 a.m. Every day at 8 a.m. this automation workflow will run. And just click on save. So we have successfully scheduled this automation workflow. Then after that, in the next step, we want to get the details of the event of today's event, all the events we have today from Google Calendar. But before that, to do so, what we have to do, we have to basically get today's date. That what is the today's date? For what date we want to get the event from Google Calendar. So here guys, we have to add today's date, the current date in this automation workflow. And to do so, just scroll down, come to this action window, and here in Choose App, we have to search for Datetime Formatter. So Datetime Formatter is another module, another feature of Pabbly Connect using which we can add the current date in this workflow. So after selecting Datetime Formatter, in Action Event from the drop-down, select Current Date. And after this, just click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, the first thing it asks us is Basic Format. And in the drop-down below, you can see a list of different formats over here, that in which format you want to get this current date. So I want to get the current date in the format of year, months and dates. So we will be selecting this format, and then it asks us include time in response, that do you want to include time in the response or not. So from the drop down, we are going to select false because we don't want to get time in response. and then just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that in this response, you can see today's date in the same format which we have selected. Year, month and date, the 27th of January 2023. Now after that, using this date, we are going to get the details of all the events which we have on this particular date, means today, from Google Calendar in this Pabbly Connect workflow. And to do so, just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button. And then in Choose App, search for Google Calendar. Just select it. And here in Action Event from the drop down, we have to select the action event as Search Event Advanced. Just select this action event and then click on Connect. Now here guys, we have to connect our Google Calendar account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Add New Connection button and click on this Sign In with Google button. And then just select your Google Calendar account, scroll down and click on Allow. And as you click on Allow, we will see our Google Calendar account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the calendar. And here in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the calendars which we have created in our Google Calendar account. So here in Google Calendar, you can see all of these calendars. And out of all of these calendars, this is the calendar named as events. And in this particular calendar, I'm creating all the events. And from this calendar, guys, I want to get the details of the event in my Pabbly Connect workflow and get notifications on my WhatsApp number as a WhatsApp message. So from this drop down, select that calendar events. After selecting calendar, the next thing it asks us is search term. So using the search term of any of the field or any of the details, you can also get the details of the event as well. But guys, in this video, we are not going to use the search term. What we are going to use? We are going to use this time duration of time maximum and time minimum. So guys, by adding some date and time in these two fields, we will be getting all the details of all the events which we have in this time duration, which we are going to enter in these two fields from our Google Calendar account. So here guys, using date time formatter, we have added the today's date, the current date. So first, we have to basically map this same date over here in these two fields. Now this is because here in the help text below, you can see that upper bound exclusive for an event start time to filter by. It must be greater than time minimum. Example this. So here we have to enter the maximum time and minimum time in this particular formats. We have two different formats and only in these formats we can enter the date and time. So what we are going to do in time minimum and in time maximum, we are going to enter a time duration. And every time this automation workflow will be executed, the current date in this response will be changed and then it will basically get the details of all the events which we have today. So we are going to enter the time duration in these two fields in such a way that all the events are covered. And then after getting those details, we are going to send that data to WhatsApp in the next step. So how it is done, let's see. Let me show you. Let's start with time minimum first. So we have to first map this current date over here. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and from the drop down below, from date time formatter responses, select the response of date and map it. Then after that, we are going to use this particular format. So in this format, after the date like year, months and day, we have this T for time and then we have to enter the time over here. So what I am going to do, I am just going to manually enter the T and we are going to enter the time as this 0000 and 00Z. So it basically means at 27th of January 2023, the minimum time is 12 at the midnight. Basically 0 hours, 00 hours, that is 12 midnight, 12 AM. And then in max time, once again, we are going to map the same date, but this time, the time which we are going to enter will be 23:59:59 Z. So basically, we have added the same date, but the minimum time is at 12 AM in the midnight and the maximum time is 11:59 AM on the same day. So in this way, we have approximately covered all the 24 hours of this particular date. Now what we can do, guys, using this action step of Google Calendar, that is Search Events Advanced, we are going to get the details of all the events which we have in Google Calendar in this particular time frame in response. So just click on this Save and Send Test Request button. So here guys, after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the details of our event. And yes, here it is. We have the name of the event. We have the description of the event. Also, we will scroll down. You will find the start date and time and end date and time of the event. Now here guys, you can see that in our Google Calendar account for 27th of January, we have created two events. First one was a developers conference for which we have received the response. This is the event details. And we will scroll down further and we will see the details of second event as well. So this is the name of the second event. This is the description of the second event. And here it is. The second event was test event. So in this way, you can see that using this action step, by adding the dates, mapping the dates and entering the time in such a way, you can get the details of all the events that we have in that time frame. So every day this automation workflow will be executed using date time formatter. We will add the current date in this automation workflow. And then after that, we are going to map the same dates over here. We have mapped same date. So on the same date in this time duration, whatever events were created in Google Calendar, that will be received over here in response. But here guys, you will notice that in this response, we have basically received the details of the event in separate response. But what we have to do, we just have to turn off the simple response button. And once again, we have to click on save and send test request. Now guys, after clicking on save and send test request once again, by turning this simple response button off, here you can see that we have received an array of data. We have collectively received details of all the events which we have in that particular time duration, on that particular day basically. So here you can see that we have received the same details, same data of a new event or all the events from Google Calendar over here. But this data is present in array format and we have collectively received the data, the response of all the events over here. Now what we have to do guys, we have to basically process this data one by one. Like first we are going to process the data of the first event which we have, and then we are going to send the WhatsApp message with the event details to our number. Then after that we are going to process the second event and the third event and so on, that for all the events which we have on that particular day. Now guys, what we are going to do, we have to basically change this data from array format to a simpler format. And also we have to process this data one by one. And to do so, we are going to use another feature of Pabbly Connect that is called Iterator. So basically we are going to iterate all of this data. And to do so, just click on this add action step button. And here in choose app, just select Iterator. After selecting Iterator by Pabbly, here in Choose Array, it has automatically detected the response which we have received in array format. So here you can see that the response of items is received in array format from Google Calendar and it has automatically detected it. And the important note says, the response includes the first expanded data set as value, which can be mapped in further step. At the time of workflow execution, it will process all values one by one. We support iteration of maximum 500 records at once. So after this guys, when we click on save and send test request in response, we will get the data of the very first data set, basically the very first event over here. But at the real-time execution, like when this automation workflow will be executed every day, it will basically process all the data one by one. Like first, it is going to process the data of first event, then second, third event, and so on. So just click on this save and send test request button. And after that, we will see in response, you can see the details of the first event over here. And here in this response, you can see the details of the first event, the first value data set which we have received in array from Google Calendar can be seen over here. So here you can see the same name of the event. You can see the same description as well. We will scroll down further. You can see the same start date and time and end date and time of the event as well. Now this means the step 2 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully basically received the details of all the events which we have today from our Google Calendar account inside Pabbly Connect. Now what we have to do, we have to basically send this same data to Interact so that using Interact, we can get a WhatsApp message automatically with the event details as well. And to do so, just scroll down, click on this add action step button, and here in choose app, search for Interact. Just select it. After selecting Interact, in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Send WhatsApp Template Message. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Interact account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the security key of our Interact account. Now guys, you must be thinking how you can get this security key. So you just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just go to your Interact account and from the left sidebar, go to Settings and click on this Settings option. After going to Settings page, click on Developer Settings and here you can see the secret key of your Interact account. Just copy this secret key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And then just click on Save. And when we click on Save, we will see our Interact account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the country code, phone number or full phone number. Now, if you have a different response for country code, like here you can see separate response, separate details of country code and phone number in these two fields. Or you can choose to enter the full phone number in this field as well. So what I'm going to do, because I want to get the event reminders on my own WhatsApp number as a message, so I'm just going to enter my own WhatsApp number over here. So we have manually entered all the details, the full phone number with country code and plus sign. Then after this, it is asking us template code. Now here you must be thinking, what are these templates? So templates are basically some predefined WhatsApp messages which we have to create and interact to send the WhatsApp message. Now here guys, what we have to do, we have to basically first create a template in our Interact account and then we have to get that template approved. And after getting it approved, we have to enter the template code name over here in this field, that using this automation workflow, that which template from our Interact account we want to use. And to get the template code name, you just have to go to the templates page, open the template which you want to use, like this is the WhatsApp message template. In this format, I want to get the details of the event as reminders as a WhatsApp message. And after opening your template, here in the URL section, you can see the code name. So here after template slash and before slash view, here you can see the template code name. Just copy this template code name from here and then paste it over here. So using this automation, now we are telling Interact that we want to use this template to send the details. Then it is asking us language code. So here you can see right now I have created this template in only one language, and that is English. So we have to enter the language code of that particular language. So EN, small en is the language code for English. So this is it. Here we have entered. If you want to get the language code for your particular template, you can just click on this link and here you can see all the supported language codes over here. Or you can use the language code for which you have created the template in Interact. Then it is asking us header value. So while creating the template, you also have an option to add some kind of image, video or document with the WhatsApp message which you are getting on your number. So if you create a template with the headers as image, video or document, you can basically add that what is the link, what is the image, video or document you want to receive with the WhatsApp message. And you just have to enter the link of that particular document or file over here in this header value. Right now, I haven't created any template with image, video or document, so we can just ignore this field for now. Then it is asking us body variable values. Now here you must be thinking, what are these variables? So in this WhatsApp message template, you will see I have added some numbers in double curly braces. Here we have 1, here we have 2, here it is 3, 4 and 5. So these numbers are basically some variables. So after hello, I wanted to mention my name. Then after here, in place of 2 in double curly braces, I wanted to mention the name of the event. Then here is the description. Here is the start date and time and end date and time. So here guys, what we have to do basically, here these details, all of these details will be keep on changing for every new message I get with the event details. Like every event have a different details, different name, description and all the details. And then for every new message, here you can see that the details will be keep on changing. This means this details, this text is basically a dynamic text, a variable which will be keep on changing. And to add this kind of dynamic text in our message, which will be keep on changing, we have to enter these variable values, that what is the text we are going to insert in place of these variables. We have to enter that over here. For example, we have this first variable. So what we have to do, in place of this variable 1, in place of this number 1 in double curly braces, what is the text you want to enter in your WhatsApp message, in the notification message which you get on WhatsApp. So here I want to get my name. For example, demo is my name. Then after this, we have this variable 2. And in place of variable 2, we wanted to mention the name of the event for which we are getting the details on WhatsApp. So here just add a comma, and after the comma, we have to mention the name or the value of variable 2. So here we have received the name of the event from Google Calendar responses, and using iterator, we have received that data in simple format. So from iterator responses, select the response of the name or the summary of the event and map it. Then add another comma. After this, we have to mention the text which we want to add in place of variable 3. So in variable 3, we want to mention the description of the event. So from iterator responses, once again, select the response of description of the event and map it over here. Then let's add another comma. In variable 4, we wanted to mention the start date and time of the event. So once again from iterator responses, select the response of event start date time and map it. Add another comma, and in place of variable 5, we wanted to enter the event end type. So in the WhatsApp message, we want to get it. So once again, follow the same process. End date time, just select it and map it over here. So in this way, by adding the commas in this body variable value field, you can basically mention the text or the details or the variable values which you want to put in your template message. After mentioning body variable values, it is asking us portion of CTA button, the call to action button, and value of variable in dynamic URL. So you also have an option to basically add the call to action button. Like here in this template, I haven't added any kind of button, but you have an option to add some kind of call to action button in dynamic URL as well. If you add so, here you can see or select the position of that button. Like here you can see there are two different positions, 0 and 1. And in what position you want to mention that button, you can select it and also mention the dynamic URL over here. Right now, because we haven't added any kind of dynamic URL or call to action button, you can just ignore these fields for now and then just click on this save and send test request button. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the template which we have selected, a message with the same template and the same variable values which we have entered over here, is been sent on our number as a WhatsApp message with the event details. So let's check it. We will go to the WhatsApp account of the number. Like we have mentioned our own number. So we'll just open the WhatsApp. And yes, guys, here you can see that on our WhatsApp number, we have received a message. And this message says, hello demo, means our name which we have entered in this body variable value. We have added the variable after hello, that is variable 1, and the same text which we have mentioned as a variable 1 value in Pabbly Connect workflow, you can see the same text over here. This is a reminder that you have an event marked for today. The event details are as followed. Here we have the event name, developers conference, same name of the event which we have received in Pabbly Connect, and the same event which we had on our Google Calendar marked. Then this message says event description, the same description of event which we have added in our Google Calendar for this particular event. Then after this, you can see the same start date and time of the event and also the end date and time of the event. Like the event starts at 2 p.m. and ends at 5 p.m. So here in Google Calendar, you can see this event starts at 27th of January at 2 p.m. and goes till 5 p.m. So here guys, you can see that this automation workflow which we have created is working perfectly fine. And using this automation every day and morning at 8 a.m. like we have scheduled this automation workflow to be executed at 8 a.m. So every day this automation workflow will be executed at 8 a.m. And from our Google Calendar account, it will get the details of all the events which we have today on this current day. And then after that, we will get a notification as a WhatsApp message on our mobile number, on our WhatsApp number with all the details of that event, like event start, date and time, description, event name. And if you want, instead of this, you can create a different template and add other details of the event as well. Like from Google Calendar responses, we have received all the details of the event, and you can get all of those details as a message notification on your WhatsApp number using the same automation, that too automatically. So guys, not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.